Good morning and welcome to the final day in the chalet. I've gotten up and the sun is shining through. The snow is melting rapidly. There's just water dripping everywhere, which is fantastic news. Hopefully it's all cleared up off the road. I've done a good job of cleaning up all my mess and stuff like that. I left the place. I was living like a fucking rat. But hey, time to get back on the road. I'm just finishing packing now. I'm about to make coffee in the kitchen before I head off. And that's it. I might slip into the workers thing and see if I can get some breakfast. But if I can't, that's life. I'm just going to have to get on the road with no food in my belly. Let's have a look at... I mean, the place has been super shitty, like, weather-wise. Let's actually have a look at this place now that the weather's cleared up. Look at this. This is where I've been staying. And I couldn't even see it. Honestly... place is phenomenal. Not necessarily the chalets, but just look at the mountains here. Anyway, so I think today's going to be a really, really good ride. I'm really excited to get on the road now. Let's do it. Okay, so bike's packed up, ready to go. Here it is. I'm feeling tip-top. I'm going to see if I can get some breakfast from the food hall like I mentioned before, but I'm not very hopeful. Either way, I've got about 3 kilometers to the top of the hill. You know, it's a nice day. Once I get to the top of the hill, I'll be able to roll down and go to a cafe wherever I am. So I might just have to be a little bit hungry. But I'm feeling pretty good. I had a big cup of coffee and I'm all right. Paid off the extra night stay that I had stayed here. By far the most expensive 3 days that I've had on the trip. It's actually cost me, you know, a whole week of my budget just to stay for 3 nights, not including food. So, luckily I got a few meals for free, even though I didn't eat most of the time. Anyway, enough updating. Let's get on the fucking road. I'm keen to get the fuck out of here. As much as the place is really nice, I really want to get moving. Let's do it. Okay, so I've literally been on the road for about 20 minutes now, half an hour. Working my way up this hill. It's super steep, and my phone's miscalculated the thing. I thought it was 3 kilometers. It's 10 kilometers of uphill. I've been sick for the last 2 days and I haven't eaten. I don't really have a choice either. There's nowhere to get food around here, so I have to do it anyway, but I'm exhausted already. I really need to get to the top of this hill and start riding down. Today's not started out the way I wanted it to. It's such a beautiful, beautiful scenery, but I just can't enjoy it. My body's aching already. Anyway, I gotta march on. Okay, so I've made it to the top and I'm heading down this way. But the road is just super shitty. My boots are so fucking shit. They're all wet already and my feet are fucking freezing and I've nothing to do but fucking march through fucking snow and sloppy mud. I can't do anything about it. Fuck. I need to get down this hill, so I'm going to ride down it now. Try my best to get moving, but it's just hard work. I need to find some food. I need to get somewhere. I need to get going. I'll see you down the hill. Right, finally I'm away. I'm starting to get away from the snow. There's still a little bit on the ground. The road is so super duper shit. My brakes are not working well. I'm not having a great time. My feet are so fucking cold. This wind is cold. Everything's cold. But every time I start moving, I warm up, which is nice. Except for my feet. My feet just stay ridiculously cold. So I'm really glad to be away from the snow. It's starting to get warmer now. I'm heading downhill. I have about 10 kilometers left till I get to a town. I'm still very hungry. I've been on the road now for about 3 hours. It's been tough. Today's been really tough. I've had to march through fucking really tough snow and everything's wet and cold, but I'm nearly there. I'm going to keep trucking. I need to keep moving, otherwise I'm going to get cold. Alright. Finally, officially off the fucking mountain. All of that was just ridiculous fucking off-roading. My bike is not like that. Oh, I need to stop for a sec. Chill out by this river. Check it out. Isn't that a nice spot? Fuck me, what an ordeal. The last 3 days have just been absolutely hectic. Finally, it's warm down here. I can feel my feet warming up in the sunlight. Oh my Lord, such a relief. There's a town a couple of kilometers down. I'm gonna go hunting for some food. I am so hungry. I've been riding now for about 4 hours or something. I had no food all day. I've literally ridden over a fucking mountain. It's time to go chill out and time to go get some food. I'll see you in the town. Okay, next video made 10 seconds after that last one. Look at that lovely road. It was fucking not even 100 meters long and it's back on this bumpy shit again. Ah! There better be some fucking good food in this town because I'm getting really frustrated. Alright, so I finally made it to a supermarket. There's no restaurants or any little cookhouses here or anything like that, so I bought a loaf of bread and tomato and just what I thought was a tin of tuna, but turned out to be, I don't even know what they were, but they were not very that good. I already opened it and I was already super hungry, and you know what, money's tight at the minute, so I ate it. I think they were like giant sardines or something, but a totally different fish, but they were really oily and just not really my flavour. But anyway, I got them down, even though this little fucker stared at me the whole time, which really, really annoys me. Also, when I bent over to get something out of my bag, I had my loaf of bread, he tried to steal it, fucking put his mouth right on the bread and tried to run with it, but ripped it back off him. I ended up feeling a little bit bad for him and gave him the rest of my fish stuff though, because I noticed that someone's fucking cut his ears off. Fucking assholes. Anyway, I've got some food in me now. I'm still not in the best spirits, but the scenery is quite nice. I'm still enjoying the ride, I guess, relatively. And now it's time to get back on and keep going. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ride on. It's mostly downhill now. It should be downhill pretty much the rest of the time in Georgia, which is good news for me. Other than that, let's do it. Back on the road. How we doing? So the ground's leveled right out. I'm on a flat surfaced road now. And after all the food's finally settled in my stomach, I'm making distance. I'm making quite a distance. I've been riding now for a good 50 kilometers. And I just want to talk about a couple of different things I've observed. First and foremost, I want to talk about the hills. I mean, you'll notice that on top of all the hills, there's quite a bit of snow. And what I want to point out is the fact that no matter how much snow is on all of these different mountains that I'm going past, none of them have as much as the ones that I got stuck on. I literally rode to like the tallest fucking mountain in Georgia in the middle of a fucking snowstorm. That's the reason why I got hammered so hard and why it was so ridiculously cold. I got no idea why my voice is doing this. Anyway, yeah, pretty silly on my part. I should check the weather and the elevation a bit more, but oh well. Secondly, the other thing I want to point out is you'll notice that the dog I was talking about before had its ears cut off. I haven't just noticed one or two of them either. I've been noticing it a lot today. I've seen at least 7 or 8 dogs with their ears cut off. I'm not quite sure what it's about. I think if I find someone who speaks English, I'm definitely going to ask about this because I'm very curious about it. Whether it's a fashion thing or whether or not people are just fucking assholes to dogs here. Because I'm seeing a lot of dogs with their ears cut right off. And they're not running out and chasing me down the street. They're quite subdued. And I'm just wondering if people are a bit more cruel to dogs around here, and that's the reason why they're a bit more timid to come at me. I don't know, but I'm not feeling good about whatever the answer may be. Anyway, a couple of observations of Georgia there, and for the first time the place has sort of given me some negatives. I've been loving the place so much, and seeing dogs that have been mutilated is really not a good thing for me. Alright, so just started looking for camp. It's nearly 5:30, which means it'll be dark. It's usually last light these sort of days at around about 6, 6:15. So I'll look for somewhere to camp now. I just want to talk about something I just seen. Really disturbing, and it's starting to shed some light on Georgian people. Again, I'm bringing up cruelty to dogs. I was just riding along and I heard a couple of dogs yelping in pain, in clear pain, really loud pain. And I seen a man just standing there over the fence, Like he was standing over the fence, chucking rocks directly at these dogs that are in a pen. I'm not talking pebbles either, I'm talking rocks, like fist-sized rocks. And he's at point blank range and just throwing them hard at these dogs. I went, hey, and like, was like, what the fuck you doing? And he's like, fuck you. And he just like started swearing at me, and obviously there's not much I can really do. There was other guys there as well, and none of them are doing anything about it. I can't stop and tell him off because I can't speak the fucking language and I'm not from this country, so I rode off. And I guess what I just want to say is that, yeah, I'm learning some more things about Georgia now that I'm here. And as beautiful as the country is, it looks like people are not very friendly to dogs. And that stresses me out big time. Yeah. Georgia losing points rapidly. The Middle East is a very harsh place to be, I'm finding out. It doesn't really matter what country or culture you go through. Okay, so found my campsite. Here I am. Essentially, it's pretty much flat everywhere I look, everywhere I go. And I'm really full today as well from food. I think because I've been sick the last couple of days, I haven't, my stomach shrunk or something like that, so I don't really want to eat tonight. So I want to have a fire in the morning, and then that way I can cook in the morning and also have a coffee. So fortunately as well, this place that I'm in right now just has firewood just laying around all over the place. And people must be collecting little bits because there's just like tiny little patches of it all at the base of the trees. So I don't think anyone will mind if I just nick a little bit in the morning. Right, so end of the day, I'm going to pack up and peace out now. Seeing this dog stuff's really got to me. Really got to me. Big time. I was really excited to get back on the road today and see how beautiful Georgia is. And you know what? It is. It's a beautiful, beautiful country. But, you know, not even one day riding into the interior. And I'm seeing the dark underbelly of it, which is cruelty to animals being fairly okay. So I guess my peace out today is I'll give you a quick little story about the reason why I'm here first, and that is that I met a Brazilian man when I was riding through Bosnia, and he told me how beautiful Georgia was, and he told me how amazing it was, and I actually have gone out of my way to come to this country. I actually rode further north, even though I didn't really want to, in terms of the weather. So that's the reason why I'm here, and the reason why I got stuck in the cold and all that sort of thing. I actually knew being in this part of the world at this time of the year would be a bad idea, but I got told this place was so amazing and phenomenal that I had to come. So I came here. And my peace out is, I guess, is don't believe everything you hear. But also, you've also got to know something, you've got to experience it yourself. And I don't know which way this man rode his bicycle, I don't know which way he went, but maybe he just went to the tourist parts and where everything seems, you know, all good and awesome. But I'm always riding into the middle, into the countryside and things like that, where you see the actual heart of the country. So I guess what I'm saying too is if you want to know the truth, you've got to investigate and you've got to go in the middle. And in final, my peace out is sometimes you'll find out things that you want to hear. Sometimes you'll see things you want to see. Sometimes you won't. Peace out.